All right, we have Nolan Dolla up here on the Enjoy Vaping Lounge at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. We are live at our second World Series of Poker Circuit event. This is an amazing event we have going on right now. This is the fundraiser for the Nevada SPCA Jennifer Harmon Poker Events. Great time. We have Nolan Dolla here. Nolan is usually on the other side doing the interviews, so I want to make him a little bit uncomfortable and spend a few minutes.
More than I already am.
Exactly. So I guess before we get into maybe the funner parts of the interview, give me a little background, Nolan, I guess. Obviously, you have a big poker background. Talk about the transition from the poker side to the media side and how you became so passionate about that.
Well, you know, we've known each other so long, Chris. I'm really glad to see you again. Thank you for having me.
This is going to be awesome.
It is. No, this is great. I'm so privileged to be here at the Jennifer Harmon Nevada SPCA to benefit all the animals and also some cats and dogs too. You know, I didn't mean the poker players, of course. So.
Exactly.
No, this is a great event. And Planet Hollywood, to your credit, you've done some wonderful work for charities. You do the Chad Brown thing in the summer. You're doing something again tomorrow, and you of course have this event. And you're really stepping it up, sir. You're Planet Hollywood. No, I mean that. You really are. And and by the way, I will expect a check for saying that. So.
Call Enjoy. All right, Nolan, I've seen you talk at the World Series of Poker. You've done a lot of great, best way to say it, just announcements and things like that. You spoke here at the Chad Brown charity event. One of the things I guess I admire when I watch you speak is just the passion behind everything. Where does that come from? How do you take all that in? And then more importantly, when you're giving a speech, where does all that come from? How does that come out? And how do you do it so damn well?
Wow. Well, that's quite a mouthful. How much tape does the camera have here?
My budget's pretty low.
It's pretty low.
Hi, Adriana.
Well, how did I get into poker? Well, I played for a living, and then I went broke, and then I decided I'd rather work on the house side. No, seriously, I got into this game because I love the game. I love the people in it. I've met some of my most endearing friendships have come from poker, and then I found that interestingly enough, there's a passion on the not just from the writing side or coverage side, but there's a passion amongst people that follow the game not just as players but spectators. This is a sport like football or baseball or basketball or golf or things like that has personalities and stories, and from year to year you have ups and downs, and I think bringing some of those characters and stories to life is something a lot of people enjoy, and I enjoy writing about it.
So I guess obviously you've got some amazing stories either as a player or from obviously sitting on this side reporting about the events. Give me something. Give me something like a game within the game, just some quick amazing story that you saw just from simply observing the game of poker.
Well, this is the cool thing about being in Las Vegas and the poker scene. Now, I used to play in Atlantic City, for example, about 22 years ago, poker was legalized in Atlantic City. Remember that was, by the way, you can Google this. It was a town on the New Jersey shore that I think there's still a casino or two open there. But 22 years ago, it was the happening place. And I always dreamed at the time. I said, one of these days I'm going to move to Las Vegas because I loved the culture. I liked the atmosphere that this was. It was very exciting. 24-hour kind of action, And I moved to Las Vegas 15 years ago, and then poker became part of my life. And it wasn't by design. It was something that, again, you just kind of fall into and you fall in love with. It's like a marriage, and, and there's sometimes divorces and there's all kinds of issues that come out. But that's part of it. The people that are in this game that love it the most are survivors. And I'm very fortunate to have survived at least for another year at the World Series of Poker. And if not, by the way, I'm going to be calling you, Chris, and I'm going to be asking for a job. So,
favorite movie, The Blues Brothers. Nice little Chicago. There you go. So, Nolan, obviously some other hobbies outside of reporting about poker and playing poker. How's your sports betting going?
No comment.
Do you have any sign? Obviously everyone has the system. We see Vegas Dave just crushing everyone. Thank God I haven't seen him come down here, or my boss, Bill Sattler, would not be happy to see him. If he comes down to bet the Royals, please don't come here, Vegas Dave. Anywhere else, but not here.
How much did he win?
$2.5 million.
Isn't that the biggest sports futures bet of all? I believe it is, isn't it?
I can't imagine one bigger. At least I had was it 25-1? Huge.
Right.
Huge.
And, I'm surprised that you took it. So I'm glad.
We didn't take it.
Oh, who do you have it with?
I think he had it over at Myretta Properties. I don't think it was one place. It was just on his Facebook cashing tickets from a bunch of different places.
You know, these casinos, I got to tell you something. The casinos all, wail about, we lost this huge bet. They worry about, the $2.5 million they paid out. They don't tell you about the $30 million they took in on the Patriots and the this and the that and the whatever and all the other teams. Oh, wait a minute, not the Patriots.
I'm sure we did okay with the Cubs because they didn't win. Imagine that. So, do you have any scientific systems that you use for sports betting, Nolan?
Yes, I use something called what's the Latin word for pigeon? Do you know? I don't really know what it is.
Bird?
Bidonectus Tyrannosaurus ectus or something. I don't know what it is. Seriously, here's my situation. I'm not making this. Why? You're laughing at me, sir. I'm Mrs. Science. Or I know they laughed at Thomas Edison too.
Scientology. We'll talk about it.
All right, real quick. Here's the situation. I actually used to beat sports. I actually used to be a contender. I used to be a somebody before I went broke.
You're a somebody.
Times. Yeah, but I'm usually somebody asking for money. Anyway, so. So what happened was, I said, this is nonsense. I was stuck, a lot of money. And I said, last week, I'm going to bring a pigeon. I'm going to put a board out. And I'm just going to say that my pigeon is going to pick it's actually the pigeon droppings are going to pick my pick of the week. And my little money maker, my little golden goose, she won me money. She made me $1,000 just like that.
Colts plus 6.5 Monday night, baby.
She's going to have another pick this week. Go to NolanDalla.com. Forget about this. PlanetHollywood.com. BS. Go to NolanDalla.com, NolanDalla, Chris, and come and visit my site.
Oh man, this is what we love about the job right here, getting down to do stuff like this and sit with Nolan.
He's coming over here. Why are they looking at us all funny?
We're going together. All right, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Check us out on Twitter at PH_poker, Facebook, Planet Hollywood Poker as well.
That's a lot to remember.
That is.